you've ruined my YouTube algorithm because I think we're both logged into the casual mode YouTube. Or we
I have to switch out of it all the time.
all the time. Because all I keep on getting is just like that fella that reviews takeaways.
Now then, how we doing?
Now we
Back
do
up
it.
the road again.
I'm in Benidorm.
Kept you waiting.
It's just a weird experience. So
I know he's a nice fella though. He's got a bad backstory.
we're going to say he's got a bad back
Yeah, he's got a bad back.
because of the. Can't say why. Welcome to episode 15 of Casual Mode. Oh, it's not episode 15.
It's 16.
Welcome to episode 16 of Casual Mode, your weekly check-in with Carl. Hi, Carl.
Hi Dan.
And me, Dan. Dua Lipa got engaged last week.
Yep. Saw
Happy about
that. Listen, I mean, you know, it had to happen at some point, didn't it? You know, I wish she'd have called me first, but you know, she is an adult and she's well within her rights to move on. So she did, and that's okay. You know, I support her, so I'm not bitter.
Going to go to the wedding?
I heard that she's going to rent out one of the stands in Anfield with a big screen. So gonna go there. Just one Kiss Is All It Takes on repeat in the background.
Her singing, then trying to get like speak in between it to family members and eat a canapé, taking a breath.
Are you good with it or are you UK with it?
I'm fine with it. It's
Moved
okay.
on. Yeah,
she's not my type.
No,
Not my type.
no. Don't say anything shocking.
Yeah, we should caveat this. We tried to like promote last week's episode, and for some reason, some parts of it were entirely shocking. So if you found
Definitely
anything,
the content.
allegedly the content, there's nothing else, was it? Wasn't it the intro?
The jokes are normally pretty shocking.
Jokes are pretty shocking, but if you found anything offensive, please let us know because we struggled to identify anything that we thought would be controversial. So you know, it will actually help us if you found a
We got a PO box they can write into.
No, we haven't. Just I don't know. Just go on Discord, casualmode.co.uk. Go on there, click Discord, get the link, go through there, tell us off. Have you seen all the stories about the drones?
I have, now that you linked it to me. Yeah.
Have you not seen anything before that? Is that the first time you kind of seen anything about it?
No, that's the first I've heard about it. It's interesting.
It's freaking me out a bit, and I think it's because I've had time to think over the Christmas break about this kind of stuff, and I've been like looking into, well, just to kind of caveat what this story is.
What is the story, Dan, for those who like
So,
my guy who didn't know?
In New Jersey, people just noticed that drones had started like appearing in weird places, not like your traditional small, I don't know what brand, but small like standard drones, you know, that people fly around, take pictures with.
Yeah.
These are like the size of cars. Like, just picture this, like just
big boys.
Yeah, hovering around New Jersey, and they're kind of like been cropping up. People have been taking pictures of them, and then there's also been like strange lights in the sky where people are assuming of an evening it's drones as well, and they're kind of like, so there's a couple of trains of thought around it. I linked Carl to an article on Forbes, which kind of gives like a reasoned theory as to what those drones are. You've had Biden, Kamala, Trump all coming out and saying not related to anything that the government are doing, which is exactly what governments say anyway, you know, when you get any sort of government kind of cover up. So there's multiple theories as to what they're actually doing. People feel that they're in the sky for hours at a time, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're almost like static.
How?
Exactly
hours?
how?
How is the battery lasting that long?
Exactly. So the theory is that these like military grade drones with some sort of device that, or some sort of battery, sorry, that can last for several hours, whereas a normal drone, like the one I had in South Africa, my brother-in-law's, that lasted maybe like an hour, if that. And that's not recording. So again, the juice that these things must have is insane. So the first theory is that there's like a warhead missing, which I absolutely love. the idea of, because that just sounds like a Bond film beginning to happen. So apparently it's a warhead missing and it's somewhere in New Jersey, and these drones are in the sky just monitoring everything for any sort of way they can identify where this warhead might be.
What if this is all an elaborate plan for the next James Bond reveal?
It would be fantastic. Or it's, I don't know, The Weeknd's doing a massive advertising for his new album at the moment, so maybe it's just for that. The drone's just there for, or Dua Lipa's just really happy about getting engaged. It could be that. That might be controversial.
You got any fireworks? Yes.
Got drones. Could do that. If they start playing One Kiss out over New Jersey, then maybe. So that's like the first theory. The second kind of part to that is that they are coming from the sea, so that there is, people have kind of like witnessed the drones coming in and out of
Coming from the sea.
out of sea. Yeah, so that there's, assuming there's a boat out there that is then prepping these drones, charging them up, and they're coming from the sea on a boat, and then coming back into New Jersey to kind of like continue their monitoring.
Right.
So that's like the other theory. From what you've read, what you kind of surmising?
I think that story with, and also when you consider the kind of the deep sea cables that keep on getting cut and pipelines that keep getting blown up like across areas of Europe, you know, there may be an element of like sabotage going on by state. This is very not casual for casual mode.
I like this. So this is exactly. Look, it's the middle of the day. It's bright outside. Normally, I'm too tired to like getting something like this. I'm very, very happy that's happened at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Outside of work hours.
It didn't say what day, did I?
Oh yeah, today
Sunday,
is,
innit?
today is Sunday.
Sunday the 30th, 29th of December. You have a lunch hour, it's fine. So in essence, the other theories are like the Chinese have sent these over, because you remember the weather balloon from like last year, I think it was.
Yeah.
So like Chinese weather balloon that was over here.
Yeah.
Allegedly not malicious, definitely was. So then you've had, again, maybe they're sending over these drones. The third theory is that it's aliens, which is my second favorite of the three theories.
Do you not think that aliens would probably? I mean, not that I've played too many video games of this genre, but you know, if you think about like the tech tree that you have in video games, do you not think that the themed tech tree that the aliens are on will be slightly different than you know, having these propeller driven? If they've managed to get from their planet to our planet, do you not think they're going to have something a little bit more impressive than a drone?
Yeah, I agree, but it depends on what
DJI
your theory
Mavic Pro 7 rather than 5. You know,
depends on what your theory is of why aliens would be here to begin with. Because I remember reading
genocide,
somewhere like
resource extraction.
Could do that. The amount of I think it's something different. I think different. I don't know why I said it like that. I think aliens are monitoring us because we're starting to get to the point of
Killing
like the
ourselves.
singularity and starting to develop as species, and we're probably quite close to killing ourselves. And if that warhead's loose, and they're like going, you know what? Actually, the bloody apes are about to go and kill themselves. Like, let's try and make sure they're okay. So I remember reading that the number of sightings pre and post Hiroshima were like, it just literally goes poof, like explodes after Hiroshima.
Yeah, but people were at war then. Could that not just have been warplanes?
Oh no, potentially, definitely, or it could be weather balloons, or it could be anything else. But it could be also, if you buy into the theory that I've just explained, like aliens are looking at us and going, you know, we need to stop these guys from destroying their futures, because if they are reaching ascendancy point where these aliens, these other beings have, and they're able to I don't know, maybe it's interdimensional, they're able to travel across different solar systems, whatever it might be. If they're in a situation to be able to like control that and manage other species through that process, and that's the reason that they're here, I was like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Well, yeah.
Or could be cool.
Maybe they've already embedded themselves into society.
Maybe they're right here. Maybe they're lizard people. Pete Price.
maybe we're just living in an episode of Battlestar Galactica.
It could all be that. Could all be Battlestar, which I'm, again, fascinated by. I've been playing Astro Bot.
For the hell, I'm going to get whiplash.
Segue. Look at that for a segue. Any more theories on drones yet? Or anything you want to talk about? Just wanted to get off my chest.
Okay. I think if they are, they're flying for like a matter of hours. That's interesting because I thought especially when they're larger, they require bigger batteries, obviously.
Yeah, like size of the cars, mate. They're not small. They're huge as well.
Interesting. Maybe it's the Green Goblin.
If he appears on any of them at any point, that's absolutely fantastic. So Willem Dafoe just like appears. Oh my god! Like it's an actual thing, and he's just gone off the rails. He's been in an Nosferatu film, so maybe that's set him over the edge.
Maybe.
Anyway, so Astro Bot was the Game Awards Game of the Year, and I decided to like play it in anger over. Well, I'm saying the Christmas break today. It's the 29th of December. 29th of December. So I've been playing it, I think, solidly for at least a week, most of the evenings, and I thought it was going to be quite close to platinum because I've been getting like to kind of explain the construct of the game. So it's a platformer, very very fun, and that each level's kind of got a different theme to it. But you kind of go into different galaxies that are the shape of the enemy, like the boss enemy at the end of several levels. And as you're in each of those levels, there's maybe 6 or 7 Astrobots that you've got to find and rescue, as well as other things like puzzle pieces. It's very like Banjo-Kazooie kind of things that you've got to collect, to be able to then complete that level in full. So every single level that I've been going into, I've been 100% in. I'm making sure that I'm getting everything for it. And I think out of all the galaxies, I've probably completed like 30 or 40 different levels, and there's 5 galaxies in total, and I've completed 4 of them. So I was just checking up on the PlayStation 5 because you can hit start and go down to where the game is and then see what percentage of that game you've done. And I've like collected like 20% of the trophies, and I've only completed 45% of the game. And I'm like, at least in my mind, I was like, that should be at least 80%. So anyway, there's my first rant about it because I was just like, no idea what those trophies are going to be. Once I look into them in anger, I'll do that and I'll report back. It is one of the most fun games I think I played in years. It is so good. Like it's better than any modern 3D Mario, and I'd say it's even better than something like Mario 64. In that kind of it's as generational as that. So the use of you would love it because it's a great looking game, and the use of the DualSense is fantastic. And I'd say when we were talking about Ratchet and Clank last podcast, and like why you enjoy it because it looks great, I was like, you will enjoy this because you will just enjoy playing it rather than being focused on how good it looks or the mechanics of like shooting or anything or the guns or whatever. Right. This is just a great video game. So the reason that it's themed, obviously it's all about the PlayStation heritage, and each of the different worlds are kind of like based on that. So a lot of the bots that you collect, some of them might be Final Fantasy bots, they could be Resident Evil. It's just anything that's been PlayStation for the last like 30 odd years is referenced in that game. Some of them I don't get. That I was collecting, like I got Dante, from Devil May Cry. I was like, oh no, that person, and then there was another one I didn't know who it was from that game, and I was like, okay, that's a bit weird.
But in the latest one, they brought in like another protagonist, didn't they? Could be that person.
Virgil, was it? I can't remember. It was Virgil.
That's the one. They have like what on?
Yes, vaguely remember that. So like you get loads of these kind of like PlayStation references, but the joy in the game is like every single level is constructed in a way that makes the most of like a certain power up that you can get. So you may get a chicken on your back that explodes and can make you jump vertically higher than what you can, standard. Or you may get this dog that's attached to your back that allows you to like burst through brick walls because it's basically rocket powered in a different way. So it's more of a horizontal based kind of mechanic.
What have you been feeding the dog?
Well, so there's that, and then there's loads of different variations of that, and then you get special challenge levels as well, which are based around the triangle, circle, square, and cross. And those challenge levels are then just an amalgamation of all the different mechanics of the game and the things that you can do.
Okay.
So like, I think once I played it, I've got it on disc, so I can give it to you because we both got our disc drives. Really recommend it. It's such a fun game compared to some of the things that I played recently, and I'm enamored with it. And it's enough that it's actually occupying me of an evening to play past midnight, which is like my kind of litmus test, I think, as to whether or not a game is excellent. That's probably the best I've ever articulated my joy of a game. By the way, we definitely need to record more in the afternoons rather than in the evenings. Are you tempted to play it?
Yeah, just not paying full price for it.
Yeah, I don't know what the cheapest you can get it at the moment is. But whilst I look for that, what have you been playing, mate?
I have been playing a bit of Stellar Blade. I bought Path of the Exile 2. I bought F1 24. Played a little bit of that the other day.
Any good?
Yeah, it's just the same game repanched. So
Does that
luckily it
annoy
was
you
quite
though when
cheap.
you
Yeah,
similar
it
to like
does,
the FIFAs? It's like, oh,
does annoy me. It needs a generational refresh. But there we go. I mean, to be fair, it needs to be taken away from Codemasters and given to somebody who's capable of putting out a decent game.
2K would be great for that. Be a good challenge for them as
just
well.
like FIFA.
Yeah.
I've got FIFA, haven't they? Yeah. So there's that. I bought Super Mario Sunshine and Smash Bros Melee for the old cube game. They come probably the next couple of days. Probably not actually because it's New Year's. We'll see. What else have I bought? And then loads of. We'll talk about it later.
Loads of them. Yeah. Loads of them. Have you got attached to a game after Dragon Age?
No, struggling with Stellar Blade because it's hard. So it's kind of
What's
like
hard?
Elden Ring. Hey, to be shocking. It's a bit like Elden Ring, isn't it? In the sense that the combat's hard. I'm not very good at it. But I stopped playing whilst I was playing Dragon Age, and there are cues that you follow. So when you get attacked, you can either roll towards them to dodge the attack or roll away from them, whatever. And I've forgotten which direction, and I'm too lazy to go on the internet and search. So I just try and wing it, and then I die a few times and I go, "This game's boring," and then I just turn it off.
Game niche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
I mean, I'm tempted by it because it seems like a good combination between something like Devil May Cry and Elden Ring, where it's got that kind of challenge to it, but then it's also a bit more slashy, than something. So I'm guessing you hit some enemies where it's relatively easy to like take them down, and then there's other things that will require timing and parrying and doing all that kind of stuff. So
Exactly
we've been watching Shogun on, I think I told you yesterday that 100% need to watch. I kind of waited for ages. Don't think Soph was too keen on watching it at first, but I kind of like forced her into it because we'd finished most of the things we wanted to watch over Christmas, and she's absolutely in love with the show. We're on the last episode, which we'll probably watch tonight, and I kind of want to jump into like a Sekiro or
That's
some sort.
such a hard game.
It's hard, but it on the level of difficulty for like Soulsborne, I think it's below Elden Ring.
I thought it was the other way around.
I thought
I read that it was like much harder.
Oh, fuck that then. If it's harder, then no chance. But I kind of want to jump into a game, and I am tempted to go back to Ghost of Tsushima,
Yeah, me too.
and then see whether or not that'll scratch the itch for like because I'm in that headspace of really enjoying like feudal Japan. Like maybe there'll be a game
Feudal what?
that'll Japan. I don't know why I said it like that.
And obviously the new one's coming out.
Won't be till like 26, I don't think.
What is it, 25?
Might do. We'll get to that in a minute. Playing anything else? I mean, we haven't jumped into any multiplayer games. I think I've been too tired most evenings.
Christmas time, innit?
Yeah.
Have I?
What have we downloaded though? Because I've got like a lot of games downloaded.
Marvel Rivals, Warzone.
What's the other one we did?
I played a bit of Lord of the Rings: Return of the King on the GameCube. That's great fun. Still, that's not even. I'm not even saying that like tongue in cheek. It's still really fun. And I've been playing on my little Ambinic as well. So
Okay.
been playing a bit of Mario Golf, the 1989 Game Boy original version. I've been playing Legend of Dragoon, and
Okay.
you can play Dreamcast games. So when I get like 15-20 minutes, I've been playing. It's got like either Topspin or Virtua Tennis, and it genuinely plays really nice on the little Ambernick RG35XX Plus.
Have you had any save issues on yours yet?
No. You can either save in game or you can save in like the emulator. The save save the state. So I reckon saving the state's better.
Yeah, it's probably
seems
what
faster.
I've done wrong then, because I was saving in game, which was where it got lost. So I might go back and save state because, like, what to your point there, over just enjoying those games, like I really started to get into the Mario Tennis. Was it? Yeah, Mario Tennis.
Which version?
The DS version.
Father. Okay.
Father. DS version. I think it's DS version. And then, like I said, I lost my save state through it, but I really, really wanted to go back. And it's just the perfect thing to have when the telly's on. Yay, there's mine. But
I didn't think I'd play it as much as I have, to be fair. What is it missing for me? It's missing a it's missing like an FTP client. So rather than taking out the SD card and putting the ROMs of the games that I previously purchased and still retain the cartridges of,
shocking content.
Rather than having to take the SD card out, transfer them, do it that way, I'd like to just do it over the Wi-Fi. But c'est la vie. C'est la vie.
C'est la vie indeed. Yeah, I mean,
so you've been playing it on DS, have you?
I think it's the DS version. I'm sure it is. It was the one it was already on the cart or on the SD card. Sorry.
I don't see it.
I am tempted to pick up just a bit of a sidebar, the Switch cart that allows you to play anything.
Do you mean games that you already own?
Yes. Yeah, that one. I
I
don't think we'll get done for that. There's plenty of videos on YouTube about people stealing stuff.
I think they do go after them.
Okay, yeah. Own all those games. To be fair, I do. Most.
There's a Topspin 2 under the GameCube color. Definitely Mario.
Yeah, definitely Mario.
Interesting.
Was it Mario Tennis? Yeah, it was Mario Tennis. Oh, DS. GBA, maybe? No idea. You're just getting involved in the ambit there. Put it down. Put her down. Put her down, lad. Put her down.
It's a team job.
What else? Yeah, so I've had, I think when we spoke about this last time as well, the games I wanted to get through over Christmas. I haven't booted up Indiana Jones yet. I really, really want to play that because the more I see of it online and some of the things that people are doing in that game just seem really fun.
Yeah, me too.
So I'll try that, and I will
stunning.
get to. Yes, I really want to get to Warzone as well because I think we should play that for a bit because I enjoyed it when we played it, and I think then I forced us to go and play Fortnite for a bit, which I know you're less keen on. So it was like, well, actually,
I didn't mind either. It's basically the same game, isn't it, with a different skin?
Kind of. People would argue that, but standard stuff. But yeah, the Marvel Rivals seems to be really, really popular. And the current season of Marvel Snapped is all about Marvel Rivals, so I want to try it. But again, did you play much of Overwatch?
I bought it.
I bought it.
I played a bit of it. I think it's a game. I couldn't imagine playing those games if I didn't have a group of friends to play with them with. I know you can just pick up groups and that's fine, but I just think I'd rather play with people I know and give them shit.
Okay, speaking of giving people shit, so I got an article up of the most anticipated games in 2025.
Yes, you did.
So it's over on thegamer.com and written by multiple people. I'm not going to go through all the names. So I think some of the games on here, just curious to see whether or not you're actually going to try any of them. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, I'm going to say no.
Nope.
For you.
Oh, this is fun. You guess. Go on.
I'll guess, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, which is what you like doing anyway, so it's fine. You like a bird. I kind of dropped off Kingdom Hearts after Kingdom Hearts 2, which 1 and 2 I loved, 3 I didn't enjoy as much.
Let's quick fire through the titles, and then we can come back through and pick out the ones that you want to talk about.
Okay. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I'm going to say no for you.
Okay.
Avowed.
You were right, by the way.
That seems like a you game. It's Obsidian. Okay, keep going.
I think I saw that game advertised and thought it looked good. So probably yes.
Okay. Light No Fire. So that's the Hello Games like sandboxy survival-y game. Okay. No Man's Sky is obviously. You are right. Ghost of Yotai is out as well.
That's
Sucker
yes.
Punch. Sid Meier's Civilization 7. I know you're a Civ fan.
I am, but I didn't bother playing 6. It bores me.
Did you
Getting,
not?
I just feel like those games are trying to reinvent themselves in order to sell more copies, and I don't see the benefit generationally, which other people have told me I'm completely wrong about, who know more than I. So
Interesting. Atomfall, which was very much like it being set in the everybody's gone to the rapture version of Britain, like
aren't they
Cornwall,
bringing out
England.
a Fallout? There's a Fallout London, like a
It's out.
community-made
Yeah,
game.
it's out. It's been out for ages.
Oh right, okay.
It's meant to be really good.
Can you guess if I've played that?
Obviously not. So Rebellion Developments are the ones who do the Sniper Elite games. So it's a bit mixed. As in, I'm a bit mixed as to whether or not it's going to be any good because it's a hell of a jump away from the Sniper Elite to go and make, like I don't know what you call like a first-person survival game. So we shall see.
Maybe it'll be good.
Potentially. Crimson Desert by Pearl Abyss, developer and publisher for that. So, said on here, the gameplay demo at Gamescom was mostly focused on its Monster Hunter style boss fights, whereas game trailers have hints of Zelda's gliding and exploration, The Witcher's gritty atmosphere, and multiple features ripped straight from BDO, like horse riding. BDO. No idea. Skate's getting a reboot next year.
I
think
actually
you like
enjoyed playing
Skate.
Skate when I was younger.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you like that. Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Yeah.
Still need to play the first one. And it's been on my list for a very long time. I think I own it on PC and PlayStation. So
Did you get it free? It was free,
no,
wasn't it?
I did. No excuses. The Alters. So it's 11-bit studios. Survivor game melds a compelling Fallout Shelter style base expansion system with survival mechanics in a way that scratches my brain just right. Reminiscent of Interstellar, the film. Yeah,
Wow.
okay, interesting.
That is interesting.
2XKO. So it's Riot Games.
Tag team fighter?
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's featuring the
Tekken Tag
Jinx.
Tournament, what a game.
Not the Jinx, or featuring Jinx, I should say, from League of Legends on the front of that.
Did you ever play Tekken Tag Tournament?
Yes.
I enjoyed that.
Yes, vaguely. Little Nightmares 3. People are talking about that. Not played the first two, although I remember Lewis was super passionate about those. So, Monster Hunter Wilds. Big Pete game, Monster Hunter. And I played Monster Hunter World. And
I'm not sure he's going to appreciate you calling him Big Pete.
Big Pete? Why? What's wrong with that? Let's move on. Another game called Date Everything.
Oh,
I think that's where inanimate objects become people. Remember rightly? And you can literally, if in a game, if you walk up to like a teddy bear and start chatting it up, it will turn into a man, and you can start like chatting him up.
okay.
GTA 6. We've spoken a bit about GTA in the past. Like I still think GTA 5 is an incredible game. I loved it to bits. It just felt like I played it a very long time ago, which I did.
Yeah, 10 years.
Did you finish that game campaign in it?
Did I, Al?
No.
I enjoyed it, but like most games, I get to a certain point that I can't get past, and I go, "This game's terrible," and then just don't pick it up.
Multiplayer always eluded me on that, and I think now that I know 6 is around the corner, I'll probably wait, even though the multiplayer probably won't be day one. So
Yeah, multiplayer was fun. I remember me and James from work. We played I don't know, once or twice, and then we had this guy was like driving past, and we effectively convinced him jump in the plane with us. Jumped in the plane, and then like we jumped out, so that he ended up like crashing or something stupid, and he chased us down, and he was much more powerful than we were, and just made our lives miserable for an hour, and then we stopped playing.
okay. Fair enough. It's a couple other games like Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. I know that's coming out on the PS5. I don't know if I think it's on all consoles as well. I like Sandfall Interactive. So the reason I like this, similar to how Atlas have got Persona, and they actually take turn-based games quite seriously. This is looking like that type of game, so I'm kind of sold on it.
Very finished, by the way.
Plus-
My article's finished now.
Yeah, I've just got a couple of other ones on there. You've got Marvel
off script.
1943 as well, which is coming out. That's an action-adventure game set in 1943, and it's like the rise of Hydra. I think it's the full title and the name. So there was another couple of honourable mentions. So anything jumping out for you?
GTA 6.
GTA 6, yeah. So
Ghost of Yotai.
Yeah. I think I'll give Shishima another try. And eat humble soup. I've really enjoy it because Laurie will probably come after me. The Like a Dragon games, like
Has it
really
had a
want.
PS5 Pro update?
I think it has. Yeah, let's have a look.
Might be time to jump back in there, given that we are both owners of the console.
Ghost of Tsushima, PS5 Pro enhanced. Yes.
Excellent. Now is the time.
Meant to look absolutely ridiculous on the PS5 Pro and an OLED monitor. So there you go. And you can pick it up for buttons online.
Yeah.
And I think it's the PS5 upgrade free if you wanted to buy it on PS4. Oh no, it's 20 quid. $20. Well, that's a year ago, so maybe cheaper. In fact, it's worth looking on the January sale as well. So we'll have a look at that in a
Excellent.
bit. Yeah, sorry, anything particularly jumping out or anything you...
Do you mean GTA 6 and
apart from
Ghost of Yotei?
Okay, so too. So there we go. Jumping into those. For me, I'd probably agree on those two.
Also, just add in that list is not going to include the kind of Switch 2
true.
launch titles that we expect to come out.
The day the Switch 2 comes out, presumably Mario Kart 9 does. So
Mario Kart 9, maybe another Super Smash Bros.
Potentially.
Maybe
I mean,
Mario game.
I could see them bringing out a few facelifted games day one, but I'd be surprised if we get anything more than Mario Kart and, like you said, another Mario game.
Tears of the Kingdom in high res.
Yeah,
60 frames a
probably
second.
get Odyssey 2. But they're probably stalling on that because they haven't made the announcement yet, which I'm surprised at. Avowed looks good. I like Obsidian as well, so I'm hoping that the polish they're getting onto that game, next couple of months will be okay. And then again, I like Hello Games, so I'm hoping Light No Fire's a hit from day one, not another situation where we get a half-baked No Man's Sky, and then you get the founder of Hello Games backtracking for the best part of 2 years until they actually bring something out that's good.
Great game now, though.
Fantastic game now, and as you keep on saying, awesome in VR.
If only you hadn't sold it.
Okay, thank you for that. Rub salt in the wound. Other salt in the wound, so there are new graphics cards and handhelds presumably coming out in 2025, so I want to touch on some of the things that are coming. I know you were feverishly typing away before and looking at articles, and you've written in here, we've got the 50XX chip. You said you shared me an article yesterday or Reddit post over NVIDIA.
So there's the 5090 leaks are starting to come out about that. 5080 leaks starting to come out about that.
When we say leaks, is it just the spec of it, the actual output compared to
spec and pricing?
Current gen? Okay.
I know a lot of the lower end NVIDIA card leaks have been deemed quite underwhelming because they've got low memory values. So it's it'll be interesting. There's an argument people are making that there's a lot of complacency on NVIDIA's side because they don't perceive that they've got a lot of credible threat, which makes sense because they are worth like $3 trillion now.
I did see an article over buying an AMD stock for next year, or for 2025, and that now is the perfect time to buy it because it's probably going to NVIDIA will still go up, but AMD will start to catch up as well.
I think so. I mean, we touched on their partnership with Sony, looking at ways that they can improve their ray tracing capabilities, how they can improve FSR with PSSR, with the lessons learned from Sony.
I watched the rest of that video, by the way.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. It's really, really good. It's a good recommendation.
And they're doing really well in the kind of consumer CPU fight at the minute against Intel, because price performance, they're much better. Even power consumption performance, they're much better. So they're cheaper to run. On the GPU side, I mean, even the current gen cards like the 7900X XTX, I think it is. That's a very capable card with like 20. I think it's got like 20 gigs of GDDR6. From a again, from a price performance perspective, it's really good. But if you want ray tracing, it's not as good as going Nvidia. So, see, they've got a new card
cooling
coming
on
out as
that,
well.
though. Sorry, just feel like they are starting to cool on ray tracing a bit.
I think people were,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, the latest, Christ, what's his name? Indiana Jones, like that ray tracing was a non-negotiable. That was a minimum requirement that you had to have ray tracing
Right. Okay.
capabilities. So there's that. So if that's the direction of travel, unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. And
So that'll become like a standard. People just
think
go,
so.
right, okay, based on hardware in the future, we have to have ray tracing. It just won't be a thing in the future. It'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, is it Mark Cerny? You'll know better.
Yeah.
than me. Yeah. Learning.
PlayStation guy.
Yeah. He basically said he thinks that they're at the limit of what they can do with rasterization. So ray tracing and path tracing is probably, I think, the next way that they manage to get improvements, as well as AI to kind of boost performance. So if that is the case, then there's no choice. They've got to catch up. And you know, Intel have just released some new kind of budget mid-range graphics cards, which are really, really capable. They have ray tracing capabilities. They have brought out some kind of CPUs with iGPUs built in, which are using the new technology, and they're really good. So like, in looking at the handhelds for next year, there's a new it's got the MSI Claw, I think it's 8 Plus AI, which looks phenomenal, and it's got like Intel's new chip with the new integrated GPU, and the performance on it is really, really good, including ray tracing on a handheld.
So with you upgrading presumably next year your PC,
Yeah.
I'll rephrase that sentence in a English appropriate way. So presumably you're still going to upgrade your PC next year, and
Yeah.
what would stop you from buying one of these 50 cards at this point? Would it just need to be like a price point? Okay.
Yeah, I think price. I may go for a 40 series if they come down in price.
Well, they're wobbling now a lot. I've seen online. Like, I got a couple of searches on eBay that are like I've saved,
Okay.
and I'm starting to see quite a lot of 40s come below a price point that I haven't really seen before.
Okay.
So I think people are starting to
Prepare.
presume that the announcement's soon.
It is, I think it is soon.
Yeah,
But the problem
imminent.
is, I don't think you'll be able to buy one of the 50 series for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there'll be a level of scarcity, and you know, when companies like Tesla can buy out 100,000. I don't think they were
Just
like
chips,
50 series, but they're like AI probably specific chips. But they can buy 100k of them and get them all fitted in a matter of days. I'm pretty sure, you know, that's going to be the priority for Nvidia rather than the consumer level market. But I'm sure it's a massive market. Like it's undoubtedly a massive market for them, and the prices they're going up ridiculously because they can kind of scalp their own customers. So I think I'd probably go for an AMD offering because I think I'll get more for my money, and I could get myself a better CPU then. Because in the day, all I've got to do is I've got to run my ultra wide, so that's about 4K's worth of resolution up to 240 hertz.
Yeah.
I don't think I need ray tracing on top of that. I think I'm going to be kind of
Happy with that. Yeah.
I think I'll be fine.
I think you should be, considering what you're playing on at the moment isn't a bad card, and you're still like, whenever I've seen games running on your PC,
Hey,
look
it's
fine.
my reflection. The games look fine on this, but like I bought a FIFA for PC and I can't play it.
Oh, okay.
So I am beyond the threshold, unfortunately. But this is like a 7-year-old PC now. So
Yeah.
It's done its time.
I'll consider updating, and I'll probably just get you to build it like normal.
What I'll do is I'll wait until you buy, because then I'll know a month later something newer will come out and I can then buy that, and then you'll always know mine's just a little bit better.
We've been getting on. So the 4090 from AMD is also out. You've referenced that there. So hopefully that's a bit of a jump. And like you said, the price point is considerably, or will be considerably better than Nvidia. So it could be an option.
It has to be really, because because they're not the. If you
Not
think
elite.
graphics cards, you think Nvidia. So they've got to be a bit more attractive in other ways.
it's a dominance, isn't it, at the moment? Similar to like Apple and Samsung. You've got to come out with one more options probably than what Apple have got, and then to the same point, cheaper ones as well.
Surely Samsung sell more phones worldwide than...
No, they definitely do, but Apple is still market leading, I think, in terms of phones. So,
In what sense? Not in numbers.
I think in probably handset numbers they are. So I reckon the iPhone 16 is probably still a top-selling iPhone in at least the States and the UK. Worldwide, definitely not. But while you're doing that, Intel's new GPUs are very competitive on the budget front, is what you've written on the note that we've got. Is there any update from them that you're expecting, or is it still a bit of a non-runner?
No, I think it's very good. I think that's the takeaway is that it's very good, but it's at a different price point than.
Okay.
It's not aiming to knock off the 4090 of this generation. It's aiming to fight with like a 4060, which is fine because they need that level of competition to keep them honest because they haven't had it.
I mean, yeah, Intel definitely need to, and it's when you're saying on the budget front, it makes sense. Like I've seen quite a lot of those GPUs just packaged in with like pre-built PCs online.
Yeah,
it feels like.
But the earlier Arc GPUs had like issues with compatibility, which I think they fixed for the most part. But I still think there may still be some games which are not very well optimized to run on them. So,
true.
I think now they get a bit more mature on the side.
Yeah,
should be a bit better.
We've also said 2025, we're probably going to see quite a few handhelds hit the market. So we know the Switch 2 is imminent, so talk about that in a sec. But we kind of like caveated that Steam Deck 2 is probably unlikely, and Microsoft's handheld is probably unlikely. I'd also hazard a guess that the PlayStation, it won't be a Portal, but the PlayStation Vita 2, let's call it, is probably not going to be a next year thing either. That's probably a couple of years away. We know that's being looked at the moment. So, but in terms of things that we more likely are going to see, are you going to pick up Switch 2, do you think, or are you going to wait and see what the specs are, what the games are?
Well, I mean, I won't have a choice, will I? Because they'll get announced before I can buy it. Not to be pedantic. Will I pick it
That's
up?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I don't play.
Is there a game that's going to like?
Probably not.
Not even Mario Kart 9. Everyone hyping about that and playing it online and going, oh yeah, it's got this new feature, and you're like,
but the last time I believed the hype in a kind of a Nintendo first party game, me and Pete were like, yeah, we're gonna get Mario Strikers. We played it twice and just went, oh, these kids are really good. Yeah, and we never played again. And I don't want to repeat that. I just think when it first comes out, it'll be hard to find. It probably gets scalped to high heavens again, like everything.
I don't think it'll be tricky. I think it'll be.
Oh, is it coming out with SSX?
What?
Is it coming out with SSX?
No, I think I don't think it'll be tricky. I don't think it'd be difficult to get day one. Is what I was trying to say. I think pre-orders for it will be relatively straightforward. I think it's just. It just depends on the games that are available day one as to how unavailable it is. Like if we won't get a Tears of the Kingdom or a Breath of the Wild follow-up. We may get a refresh of like Wind Waker, like a 4K version of it. Like, probably can't run 4K, but you get my point.
Yeah,
it might have something like that day one, as well as Mario Kart 9 and maybe another game or two. But I don't think on face value. I mean, if you get Mario Odyssey 2, is that gonna drive those pre-orders? Probably. I don't know whether or not they've got anything in their cycle that's going to make the mass market sit up and listen and go, you know what, that's the console that I want to buy in March, presuming that is the month that it comes out.
Also, if they bring out the first version of it and it doesn't have an OLED screen,
an OLED's coming.
It's annoying at
some point.
That would annoy me.
Yeah.
But if you wait for the OLED, then any, not that we would condone such behavior, but any ways that you may be able to, use that piece of hardware that you own in the way that you want to use the hardware that you own, they're probably going to improve on their side, from their perspective, improve the way that they can control that. But that's fine.
The only thing I'm a bit unsure of is because if they're sticking to the same carts as what the Switch plays and everything's backwards compatible, then what are they going to do with? Are they going to have their new game? Like, is Mario Kart 9 going to play on Switch, or is it going to just be Switch 2?
Oh, I see.
So I think that's been a real problem with this generation of like games where people have basically gone. There's that much of an install base with like PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One that we need to make sure that everything is backwards compatible, and I felt that's held back the games that have been getting produced for this generation, where you're only just towards the end of life start to see your Indiana Joneses, your next Naughty Dog game, your next whatever it might be.
It doesn't help on the Xbox side that they released like an inferior
potato. Yeah.
I just had a quick thought. Do you know what? Do you know when like we talked about in the last episode, if you can remember, the
was it controversial?
It was not controversial. Well, I think what I'm about to say may be controversial, but it's not going to shock people. So I think we were talking about ways that, given that the amount of handhelds are now available, how they can differentiate themselves from.
Yeah.
I've got a great idea.
Go on.
They could.
This is just Nintendo.
This is Nintendo. This is what Nintendo should do, in my opinion. I think this would be a huge seller for them. And I think it's a stroke of genius. In fact, I'm going to call them now and tell them this. They should go into a deal with Sony, who want to produce a handheld, and say to Sony, we're going to license your adaptive triggers. We're going to have PlayStation Remote Play and PlayStation Remote Play, both local and cloud, on our handheld as well. But we'll also play Nintendo games. And they could charge, I don't know, let's say an extra 50 quid.
For just remote play on there?
And the adapter
for the console? Oh, for the adapter. Right, okay.
Are you telling me that wouldn't sell like hotcakes? That would be unbelievable. I think I should call them now. I think that's the best idea.
That'd be a great idea. They just walk down the road, can't they, to Sony?
Yeah.
So all in Japan, so it's dead easy. Just going to do a deal. Best mates, yeah. Go to dinner, do a deal, get the sake out, crack on. I think next gen will be almost like it's irrelevant of what console you've got. It'll just be some like quality of life things that are on that console that you're buying it for, or just the UI of Xbox that you prefer, and you want a Games Pass machine. But then I think it's all going to be irrelevant. I think we're just going to be. I think it depends on how good TVs become in the next 2 years as well.
Yeah.
Because if they land, bearing in mind when I played Starfield on my telly downstairs via Games Pass, it was shocking. It was playable, but it looked awful compared to like a PC version of it, or even just like an Xbox version of it.
To be fair, if you had one of the newer LG models, you can install GeForce Now and stream it in 4K if your internet's good enough.
We're on the precipice of all of that being normal and being better than what you can get from an experience from a console, and you're just reducing that cost out of your life, and you are paying another Netflix. That's it. So and you're deciding what controller to play with as well. That is the utopia. Or it feels like that's what we're moving towards.
Yeah.
And then if you want a premium experience,
those data centers can be more efficient than we can in our individual homes. So they can have like massive solar arrays to power it. They can have cooling in intelligent ways, like using local. I don't know, the water supplies. That's stupid. That's stupid. I've sworn as well.
It's 2:30 in the afternoon. Come on. Let's not get wild. Are you tempted to pick up either the Lenovo or the MSI, presuming they come out next year? No?
No, I've already
happy with Steam Deck still?
Yeah, I don't play it enough at the minute, so
yeah, same.
I use it mostly actually to stream the PlayStation when I'm in bed.
Yeah. Same with me and Paul, but I can't really play it in bed because we've got the child in the room.
Yeah,
it'll wake him up. Okay, well, sounds like there's plenty to come in 2025. It's quite exciting now. We don't actually know a lot about what's coming, and I think it's obviously with the anniversary of PlayStation and stuff, and some of the things that are going to be coming out game-wise, feels like there's probably going to be a few announcements in January, February as to what we're going to see for the rest of the year from most of the big players. So
yeah, it feels like there's more to come.
I'm sure we've got Sony's CES 2024 coming up as well. Is it 2025 one? CES 2025. Normally that's just like television shows and films that are coming out, but yeah, so January 6th in LA, and that's the press conference that they're doing.
Oh, I've got tickets for that.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Stupid.
superb that. So that'll be good. So hopefully there's some things on there in terms of what we might see, and not just television shows. We've still been buying Pokemon cards.
Yep, I had 2 boxes come today.
You've got 2 boxes that came. I've got multiple packages to open with you right now.
It's not quite as fun though, is it, when you know what they are?
You don't know what they are.
But you showed me some of them.
Yeah, okay. Well, for the purpose of recording a podcast and not ruining things for people,
Sorry
maybe just
if
have
you're on
some,
Spotify and listening.
just have some
with your
joy in
ears.
your life. Yeah, if you're looking at this, if you're listening to this podcast, then you kind of at this point.
You show your card. I'm going to play some games. Go on.
So no, don't no, get that down because it's important. So I bought this one. So it's a Skarmory and it's PSA 10. It's the Japanese version of it. The reason this is important. So Takumi Wada, I don't know if it's the same. I'll try and get that into focus. The same as Tears of the Kingdom as what he was to Breath of the Wild, but he was the key artist for Breath of the Wild. So a lot of the main images of Link that you've got kind of looking into the distance, that was done by this chap, and he's done like a couple of kind of like Pokemon card designs and stuff, and that was one of them that I wanted to pick up. So
Wouldn't it be really funny if it was just another artist who had the same name?
yeah, it would be quite funny. If I hadn't researched that thoroughly, that could have been embarrassing, and I just recognised the name and went, oh, that could be fine. So first package.
That could be like the Japanese John Smith.
Yeah, it could be actually, to be fair. Japanese downward. So that's in good condition, that's fortunate. So that's some UX that I've bought. I just like the artwork on
Nice. That's nice.
that. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Reminiscent of like Game Boy games. So it's a promo card. I like that one. Cool. Add that to the collection. Another one. ASMR. Ooh. That's what a great noise. Oh, this has been packaged inside the top of a Pokemon tin
Okay.
and then strapped in thoroughly
Oh,
for the journey.
shocking content.
Oh, we didn't swear. We haven't swore yet.
Nice word before.
Did you?
Yeah. About 5 minutes ago. So
Which one did you use?
Ooh, F4S.
FRS. Either or.
F4S.
This is proper packaged in. Oh, what a nightmare. It's like wedge it open. I know. It's really exciting. Fair play to the sellers getting a fruity comment about how well they packaged it, but it's also to the point of it damaging the card, because now I've got a little sellotape that's attached to bubble wrap, which is attached to a card. That ain't good. Stupid packaging. If anything, it's way too packaged. Now the card looks a little bit compromised. That's okay. Okay, so in here, the sleeviest of sleeves, it is Zapdos EX. The reason I like this is we've got all of the legendary birds in there. All the original legendary birds.
Katona.
There you go. So it's about 30 quid, that one, I think.
10 quid each.
Ungraded. That is very well packaged. Look at that. Great. I don't even know what's open.
Sorry, everybody.
Don't apologise to people. People love all this stuff. Me unboxing things. Have you got anything interesting? Well, I'm just trying to unpack. Like, you are on this podcast too. Come on. Oh, you caught me off guard on a segment that we've known about for 2 weeks.
I downloaded a Game Boy emulator for my Android phone to play Mario Golf when I don't have my Ambernick.
Okay, interesting.
Does that count?
Yeah, I'll give you that. There we go. Poliwhirl 176 full art.
That's nice.
So this thing, I'm not just buying them for the value of them, because I'm looking at
See
deals
that.
that I can get, but I'm buying because it's art. Shut up. It's part of art that I actually enjoy. So
Are you into art? You don't seem like that.
I am into art.
Type.
Would never have known.
No, that was your tattoos.
Thanks. Well. And then last one for today. Get right in there. That's it. This one's a slab. There we go. So this is a PSA 10 2023 Japanese Pikachu.
That's nice. That's very nice. I like that.
Cool.
Me gusta.
Like that one. So there you go. So they're my purchases. Have you pulled anything interesting?
I pulled a Mewtwo.
You did pull me too.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's Mewtwo rather than a Mew as well.
Have you gone through the courtesy of actually looking at the values of them yet, or starting to populate your collection on that website? Or
I did. I've got one app. I'm not convinced it's the one. So I need to try a few, work out which one's the most the best from a user experience perspective.
So that's one I've got, which is that.
Yeah, they haven't got an Android app yet.
Silly that, really. But
it is silly, really. But
it's
there we go.
Price charting.
It is.
And what you can then do quite quickly is just go into like your collection on there, and it's just then all of the cards that you can either scan them in. I actually found it easier to type and text, and then find them in there.
Right.
It's not great resolution, but once it's in there, it shows you how those prices chart based on searches done on eBay, and it'll show you the value collection, how it fluxes, and then when you're getting graded, or if you're getting graded, you can update it in the app and then see the value go up, which is pretty cool. Which is partly what I want to do. But I've done my hard work now with, I think, my old collection, and I've got to the point of seeing 41 cards that I think would be suitable for PSA
Good.
grading.
I need to do the same. I need to go through all my old ones. I've got so many of like the kind of first-ish generation holographics that I need to go through.
I reckon just bring them round one day at the weekend. We just go through them, and we just sit there and go like, is this worth it or not? Because if there's like a blemish on there, it's kind of irrelevant if it's an older card. If it's like a one little blemish, if it's still a PSA 7 or 8, you're still going to get more than what you anticipate for it.
I anticipate big money. So
big money.
Big money.
Big money. Okay.
This card was previously owned by Carl Hughes.
Just a common name on the Wirral. One eyebrow between everyone. Liverpool are still top. Do you want to talk about that?
Can if you want.
Yeah. Why are they still top? Playing good football.
We are playing good football.
Is it as interesting to watch as Klopp era Liverpool, or is it more sensible?
I mean, watching Klopp teams was always a 10 out of 10. It's no worse. So it's no better, no worse. I mean, we're more consistently winning, which is nice. Hopefully it'll continue for a long time.
It feels like you just cut through people now. Even with the low block, it feels like you got the right players and right positions just to kind of dominate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What was yesterday? I think we had 5 different goal scorers. I think, or 4 different goal scorers. Lucho. Who else?
I saw the Nunez miss.
Do you know what's annoying me? Is that Nunez is the Liverpool Instagram put up like a video of Trent and Nunez doing like shooting practice, and Trent's shot they were impeccable. Nunez's were unreal. Every shot top corner, half volley top corner. He clearly is unbelievable, but in a game, his limited cerebral grey matter.
falls
to pieces.
Similar example to that. I remember when Timo Werner joined, and like when you'd see his compilations of like training, amazing. And then obviously you've seen him in matches. He just misses something, and it's so strange. Like as in, there's just certain players that it just never clicks for them. And you go like, how is it not?
But at least with Nunez, maybe the goals aren't there, but the running is there, the pressing is there.
Yeah.
So when he is on, he is still, like, even when Soboslai was not getting the goals that we'd all wanted to see, his energy was still unbelievable. So he still had like a positive impact. So
Soboslai seems to now be getting into a bit more of a rhythm, which is good. And then Jota's back as well, which is
he's so good,
a hell of an impact player. But
Jota's playing well. Gakpo's on fire. Salah is the best player in the Premier League, perhaps.
I'd say this season, there or thereabouts. And Cole Palmer's dropped off the last couple of games, whereas Salah's just picking up goals. So
Yeah,
I love the last goal he scored as well, where he bent it around the player. They're like my favourite to score
the
when
other
I play.
night.
Yeah,
Just like
when
slow little passing it against Leicester. He just
it's
passed
just
it.
just literally he'll use that first player in front of him
Yeah,
as like
like a shield.
yeah, basically like a shield, and then the keeper hasn't got the line of sight, and it just passes it around him.
He's
Have
quality.
you just a bit of a side step? Have you seen Cunha playing much? I know
Yeah.
we watched him when we were at goodness
The
sake,
Ev?
the Everton.
Yeah.
What an absolute player! I think he could walk into any of the sides at the moment in the top
He'll
half
go
of the
somewhere
table.
like United, won't he?
Yeah, but like, would you want to go to United? I would not want to go to United at this point. Amarin's what 10 games in, and he's lost 5.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
It's a shame.
it's cultural, isn't it? United, and that Ineos layer is not really helping.
I mean, if anything, that's probably hurting the club because people who are still there who love the club are probably looking at what they're doing and going, why are you doing this? Like, but the club's not failing because we're giving 40,000 to the Man United Foundation. The club's failing because we're spending 36 million on Xerxes to then say that we're going to loan him out 6 months later when the window reopens. That's
Yeah.
why you're losing money.
Yeah.
Paying 80 million for Anthony. That's why you're losing money. Stop it.
Remember Ronaldo's comments when he went and then left.
Mm-hmm.
What he said about the training ground hadn't changed, and the facilities hadn't changed,
Yeah.
and basically it was still dated. It was dated then, and it's dated now. Like, they're the things that are culturally important to the club, and it feels like Ineos have come in and gone, oh well, we actually don't have control of those things because they still land with the Glazers,
Yeah.
because it's only the football inside, I think, and whether or not training grounds and stuff like that and facilities are actually being redeveloped, I'm not sure. I'm not a United fan, but they're the things that need to change for that club to kind of get out of the doldrums and start respecting itself again. But you've got like leaks happening in press conferences, and you've got Amarin looking as if he's just a lost puppy that doesn't have a clue what to do at this point. It's not like Maresca with us, and it's easy for me to say this because obviously we're with the top half of the table, although clutching at the 4th.
Yeah, we're still going to get top 4.
Yeah, hopefully top 4, but Maresca's kind of come in. Feels like the owner's influence has kind of dissipated. We're not getting shots of Bowley walking into the changing room anymore, or we're not having that. Whereas Man U's the other way around. A lot of the conversation is still over Ratcliffe and what he's doing, which is just a little bit silly. Credit to like Slot, like he's come in and it feels as if he's got a good relationship with the footballing directors. They're doing what they need to, and he's just kind of cracking on with what needs to happen on the pitch, and that's working very, very well for Liverpool. Whereas United, it's like the polar opposite. I don't know if Amarin's got the clout or the experience to kind of come in and do what a Mourinho, a Klopp, Maresca, a Guardiola would do and control a football club. It doesn't seem to.
Isn't Amarin younger than Ronaldo?
Yeah. Played in the same team at one point, didn't he?
It is. There's that
Portuguese
video
team.
of him,
Yeah.
Ronaldo coming off and Amarin coming on for him.
Yeah, but Ronaldo said it recently as well. I think he said like, look, he's coming from Sporting, which is
His club.
my club, his club, and said the problem isn't with
Amorim.
it's with the culture and the level of expectation around United, and that invincibility status that they had for 20 odd years is just completely gone.
Yeah.
So how'd you get that back? Tough. But it's happened with us. Like, for us to lose at home to Fulham, a team we haven't lost at home to for 45 years.
It's all a cycle, though, isn't it? It's just a cycle.
It is a cycle, and everyone has to go through it.
To quote the not late but great Ronan Keating, life is a roller coaster.
You just got to ride it. Yeah.
All
Yes.
night long.
You are top of the league on 45 points. Second
game in
is
hand.
Nottingham Forest on 37. They've got a game in hand. You've got a game in hand on them, as have Arsenal and Chelsea. So we are on 35 points at the moment, so 1 point behind Arsenal on 36.
I saw a stat today. If Liverpool win our game in hand against Everton, Man City will be closer to the relegation zone than to us.
Yeah, so they're on 19 games played, and they're on 31 points.
Mo Salah has got higher goals and assists this season than 12 teams combined. Than 12 teams worth of players combined, if that makes sense.
That's obscene, isn't it? Arsenal would be 6 points within touching distance if they win the game tomorrow. Sorry, no.
Then we'd have a game in hand still.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, you're right. Because you're even point at the moment, 9 points. So, so Forest are your closest competitor at this point.
They are, but they're not, are they?
Realistically, it's Chelsea. It's Arsenal.
Chelsea.
Arsenal still. Arsenal, like I think we spoke about this on Saturday, are literally just like it feels like a Jose Mourinho team, but without the I don't know, even the aspirational goals of like a Mourinho team. Like it just feels boring. I watched the match the other
and
day.
they spent 800 million.
boring.
We talked about this on Saturday, didn't we? They spent 800 million to have that. How can you spend 800 million and play that style of football?
Yeah.
Like, you've got to aspire. If you're gonna spend that much money, you must have a target in mind that you're working towards, and that's what you're aspiring to do. I don't buy it.
Well, the 800 million, and they haven't even got a target man.
Like, there's not.
Yeah, but like, he's not prolific. He never was for Chelsea. Like, he's a good player, really interesting player, but like, it scores important goals. But again, he's not someone that I'd ever regard as like. He's not a target man. He's not someone that you should be. If you are playing defensive football and you're trying to control games, you still need to have a big lump up top that you can throw the ball to at some point and then expect them to.
Whatever his name is.
Broyan. Yeah, he's all right for Everton. Yeah.
He's still got right at Everton though, isn't it?
Yeah. Small.
So is that
small pond, big fish.
And Gay,
not great.
The number 10 for Everton.
Yeah,
I think he's good.
They have those kind of players where it's like Mercurial's a compliment that I think is a bit too positive for that player. But like, I think they're okay. But it's very Charlie Adam at Blackpool. Do you know what I mean? Where they're the best player at the team and they probably know it.
Chelsea.
Yes, agreed. But now he's starting to get players around him that are actually half decent.
Stephen Gerrard at Liverpool.
Stop. Okay, so fixtures that we got coming up, we have.
We should stop doing these bets. We're just losing money.
We are, but weirdly, we actually predicted the City one quite well, which was annoying. Which wasn't difficult. It was against Villa, but yeah, that bet fell on its face. So we got Villa against Brighton. That's 7:45 tonight, and then Ipswich against Chelsea. It's again 7:45. Ipswich 7-1 to win that. So nice little bet there. If we continue our run of form,
let's do it. Come on, let's write it down. What are we going for?
I would be saying. So it's Aston Villa versus Brighton. I actually think Brighton are going to get that.
Okay.
We will beat Ipswich. And then the tricky one is United versus Newcastle.
Oh, you know what? This is easy. What we do is we just say United's going to win.
Okay.
Because obviously it's Newcastle United as well as Manchester United.
That's it. United are going to win. So nobody can back us up and say we didn't win a bet.
Have that, William Hill.
Apart from a bank balance. But yeah, I'd say realistically, I'd expect Newcastle to pick that up on the form that they're in.
Gone for Newcastle, I think so.
I mean, you got to go for them, haven't you? Like, based on Isaac banged a hat-trick in the other day, didn't he?
That was going to be another shocking comment now. Yeah.
I don't know about the lifestyles and the rich and famous, Carl, but no, I only know about the football results. So yeah, potentially, I mean, I could see Newcastle wiping the floor with United there.
I would love it.
It could be a good evening to watch football together. That's all I'm saying. Get the footy on. What else? What else are we talking about? Did you see Pep celebrations against Leicester?
No.
Oh, God, it's embarrassing. Like, so they're walking off and they're looking at like, oh, we've done it. We've broken the duck. You know, it's over. You know, the bad run of form's over. And they look all like mock relieved. And then Haaland like turns Guardiola around and tells him to go and celebrate with the fans. Bearing in mind, yeah, Haaland did. Like turns Pep around and goes and points to the fans as if they're going like they're chanting your name. Pep goes over and he's like giving the big eye, like clapping them and giving it. I'm like, it's Leicester, mate. Leicester are like, where are they in the league? Like third from bottom, and you are celebrating as if you just won an FA Cup.
If that was Everton, there'd be a DVD.
It would be a DVD. Don't text the person in work. That we always think about when we'll talk about Everton.
CB.
Yeah, big CB.
IJT.
Big CB. Okay, so
Sounds like Dixie Dean. Big CB.
Big
Big
CB.
CB.
Let's stop talking quickly, otherwise YouTube's algorithm might not let us advertise. You were bought some Philips Value battery pack, 40 pieces, 24 times AA. That is your deal of the week, Carl.
Brilliant.
Correct?
12 quid. Yeah, that's going to go to.
Oh, you got AAA in there as well.
Yeah, because I need those for my smart scale. That's why I got the Val. Got both combined. You got some spares.
There we go. There we go. You
never
are
know.
going to be battery rich in a couple of days.
Excellent.
Amazing. I've seen a couple of deals. So I was looking at a deal for Astro Bot for you. You can get it £49.79 at the moment.
Still too much.
It is too much. It's too much for a game. But for that game, if that is if 60 quid, if 60 quid is the rate that people expect, that's
listen. I know the rules on Hot UK deal. I understand that we're talking about RRP and it's okay.
I was just saying. Really frustratingly, there is a very good deal at the moment on Hot UK deals for Pokemon Scarlet. So it's 26 quid, £25.95 if you want to be exact, with free shipping. But whenever you click on the deal now, it's been taken down within an hour because it was a misprice.
When you said, but it's free shipping, I misheard that, and my brain immediately went back to the Safe Styles UK advert from the 90s, where the guy goes, "Trust me, it's free fitting."
Free fitting. You buy one, you get one free. I said you buy one. He changed that guy a couple of times, didn't they? Because I know who you've got in your mind's eye, the view of him. But I'm sure it was
long
like
hair, bald, like at the front, like a cape on.
Yeah, as if he should be working like the Dodgems or something, that kind of look. That's fine.
I mean, I was thinking something like he used to work for Henry VIII, but all right, fine.
Yeah, like it's someone that would have worked on the Dodgems like back in the day, but now is like a flarer
drinking a mug of mead.
Yeah, now he's a flarer in like a really bad cocktail bar in the middle of town. Someone like that, or work
tied up.
Yeah, just someone that's had like 20 jobs in 5 years that can like reference different things that he's done. One of them's like shucking oysters or something in Thailand.
Shucking oysters, very nice.
Thanks, mate. Just showing how my brain works.
The verb of the day.
The verb of the day. Verb of the day. Verb of the week. Other deals that I've seen that I was going to talk about, I've lost my place on there. Oh, GG deals. GG.deals, I should say. It Takes Two is on Xbox for £5.72. Insane. You can get Hogwarts Legacy on Switch for £12.49. Orcs Must Die 3 is free. You said it's a good game.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like a tower defense game. So you build out like the defenses, then the orcs come from like different directions, and you also have a weapon. So like you shoot them to try and take them down, but then you also have like turrets and stuff that either slow them down or set them on fire, fires at them. You build out walls, so you build out choke points and stuff. It's really fun. Looks good. Great on the Steam Deck because it's not like it looks good, but it's not like. Do you like how a Fortnite or like Minecraft still looks absolutely fine, but isn't like super 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 high fidelity?
I haven't read Minecraft. I've heard good things.
That's getting muted. Good.
Could get muted.
11:15.
It was a joke. It was a funny joke as well.
You are from that country, but then he wasn't from there.
I'm not from Austria. Been there twice. Other deals as well. So we've got Historical Low for Inscription, which is a very, very good game. And that is on Xbox and PC. You can get it on the Microsoft Store for £6.69. Again, Historical Low. So there you go. Loads of deals. Loads on at the moment. Have a look on the PlayStation Store as well. Unbelievable. Loads on there for PlayStation games.
There's too many though. There's too many, and there's too many low quality sale games that no one's going to buy. Like those kind of games that are really crap, and then people constantly try and push on you.
Well, okay, I just try and avoid anything that's like. It sounds terrible. Like I don't think a 7 out of 10 is a bad game at all. Like if it's a game series like EAFC, like if you resonate with that and you enjoy it.
Dragon Age, the Veilguard there.
Well, it is as well. But if you enjoy it, it's not a 7 to you. Similarly, if Petr Cech is a good goalkeeper, but factually is not a better goalkeeper than another one, but you still think that person is a better goalkeeper, then you're more entitled to think that because it's your opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion. But similar to that, if there's games out there that are 7 out of 10s and you've seen them in a sale, don't buy them. You're not going to play them. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Just buy the games that you want to buy and enjoy the games that you want to enjoy. Don't create a backlog of games that you're going to get overwhelmed by and never play. Pointless. You're never going to play them. Don't do it.
Just let it go.
Buy good games. Yes. Review. Look at the reviews. Get good games.
Take the reviews with a pinch of salt.
It depends on a reviewer. Like, it depends on the reviewer. It depends on who you trust and who you. If you've got a style of game that resonates with the critic that you like, then I would still rely on that person. Similar for television and film and all the other things. Like, if you've got someone there that you trust, or even like music, like if you trust them, then trust them. People trust me, Carl.
I know.
I know. I have
to run, 3 businesses.
Yeah, and there are games that people trust. If I recommend them to people, they will play them. They'll try them. There you go. And people will trust you. That's all. You are part of that online community of critics.
Up in the clouds.
Somebody might have somebody might have played Rocket League because of you, because of your ringing endorsement of it, or potentially has now played Veilguard.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Saw another article about the sales figures for that being shocking today.
Mm.
And then somebody said it's not looking good for BioWare because,
Yeah, I could see them getting.
It's their own fault. Just make a good game in it. It's not hard.
See them getting phoenixed in something or other, but we'll see. But Mass Effect will sell if even if it's a 7 out of 10 Veilguard type game.
Well, think so. Mass Effect Andromeda. Not that I've played all that much of it. Was surely a 7 out of 10. It's still got lambasted, but that's because the face is really angry. Pete Byrne.
So just quickly before we finish on Mass Effect, so the recent facelift they were just
Legendary
remasters.
Edition.
They were remasters. They weren't remakes, were they?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did the remaster.
They should remake them. That would be the thing that probably buys them some time, and it's probably the one thing they're reticent to do because of I don't know, the amount of focus it would take, and they're worried about ruining their legacy or whatever. But commercially, that'd be the thing that gets them back up the table.
It'd probably take a long time to do that.
It's just like Final Fantasy VII,
Like
the reimagining of it.
They've got the assets.
Yeah, and it's about assets. If you've got the ability to go and remake a game like that, do it.
Yeah,
bring it out, modernize it. Like, bring that story back to millions of people that haven't experienced it.
Keep Mass Effect 1's combat system.
Exactly. Things like that, where you go, we've updated the combat system. It's the same across 1, 2, and 3. We've now got this perfect one trilogy of games that we're just releasing as one package. And we're going to drip feed them to you for the next 10 years or whatever. Release one at a time.
They can call it Mass Effect LL.
What legacy? What
lessons learned?
Lessons learned. Okay, there we go. If you like what we do, go to youtube.com/ Have I changed it yet? Is it Carl and Dan? I can't remember what I've changed it to.
I think that's what X is. Was that what I don't know.
It might be. I don't know. Let's have a look.
I think the links are all
No. It's easy enough. If you go to casualmode.co.uk, just do that. Find the YouTube through that. And if you wouldn't mind, please give us a subscribe. We've got quite a few now, 1,025 subscribers. It hasn't gone down. We haven't released a lot recently.
5 people.
It's +4 in the last 28 days. That's good. It's enough.
Considering how
Infrequent we've been posting. Yeah, but it's fine. It's okay. Life gets in the way sometimes. That's why it's casual mode and not.
And Dan's now about to do a voiceover for a video that we filmed a month ago.
Yes, I am going to do that, and then we need to start thinking about the next one. And I would like to either do a car boot this weekend or go to the World to look at that shop, one or the other. So you need to decide on what you want to do.
Cool.
Drag you out. But yeah,
drag and age you out.
Right at the end, you just had to come in with something that was challenging. All right, I've been Dan. That's been Carl. Stay casual. Keep casual. Up the Chelsea.